Hello friends, let us start with microbial pollution control. So we have seen the use of microbes in different fields. Now we'll see it in pollution control. So solid waste, sewage and various type of pollutants are ever increasing. Now you know that because of increasing population, the problem of pollution is also becoming grave. Population वाढली की pollution वाढणार आहे. So along with these increasing diseases and degradation of environment is happening. So densely populated cities and densely populated countries, they are making a lot of problems. So life in future generation will be difficult if the problems are not solved right time. So let us see the role of microbes of these in pollution control. So you already know that microbes can be used to convert the waste into biogas and compost production. So how urban waste is accumulated in terms of tons may be disposed of. So if you see any city, there are thousands and thousands, lakhs of kilos of garbage every day. So what to do? We just pick it up and throw it somewhere else outside the city. Okay, so you can see here modern landfill sites. So they have a plastic sheet which will not allow the garbage and the toxins to go into the groundwater. Then we have all the garbage over it. The garbage decomposes and then converts into gases, which is methane, which can be useful in industries or which can be useful as a fuel. So degradable waste material is accumulated in urban areas, and then large pits are dug in open space away from the residential area. So this area should be outside the city. Very large area is there. They dig a pit in it and then they put plastic sheets over it, so that the groundwater will not be polluted. So harmful substances will not leach out. Leach out means they will not go down into the groundwater. Then compressed waste is dumped into it, and layers of soil and sawdust and leafy waste, specific biochemicals are added to it. So bioreactors are mixed at some places. So we have special type of microbes which will help in decomposition of this waste. So microbes present in the soil and top layers decompose the waste. Completely filled pits are sealed with soil slurry, and after few days best quality compost is produced, and these compost can be removed and used for the growth of plants. So what we are doing, we are taking the waste and we are converting it into compost which can be used for growth of plants. Now let us go to sewage management. So whatever the waste material that comes out of our houses, that is nothing but the sewage. So in villages, domestic sewage is often disposed into the nearby soil or in biogas plant. But in cities, what to do? This sewage has to be carried to a processing unit and acted upon by microbial processes. So you know that cities are big. Amount of water that is produced, wastewater, that is also very large amount, and then we have to dispose it somewhere, we have to treat it somewhere. Microbes which can decompose any compound as well as destroy pathogens of cholera, typhoid are mixed with this sewage, and then they release carbon dioxide and methane which can be used and which decomposes the waste. Then phenol oxidizing bacteria decomposes xenobiotic chemicals present in sewage. So something which is not good for us. Special type of bacteria are there, compounds, you know, the waste material that is coming out of our houses that contains detergent, the soap, different type of chemicals, household things. So that needs to be decomposed. The sludge that settles down in this process can again be used as fertilizer. So whatever, you can use it again as a fertilizer. Water released can be treated and then it is environmentally safe. Microbes are used for bioremediation of environment polluted due to sewage. Bioremediation means remedy. Remedy means solution related to biology. So it is safe for environment. It is safe for us. Then let us go to clean technology. So human beings have made very fast progress in technology. However, environmental pollution is a very big problem and it is increasing day by day. So let us find out ways to control the air pollution, water pollution. So microbes have ability to decompose the many chemicals And hydrocarbons and other chemicals are transformed with the help of these abilities. Some microbes remove sulfur from fuels. Metals like copper, iron, uranium, zinc, etc. are available. For low quality metalloids, these are converted into compounds before leaching with the help of thiobacilli and sulfobacilli. Now here they have given us Alcanovorox borcumensis and Pseudomonas and Acidobacillus. These are the different types of bacteria, viruses and things which are used, microbes. So you have seen about dead fish or oily water that is there. Now oily, spilling of oil, petroleum oil in the ocean is a very big problem. Now this oil can be fatal and toxic to the aquatic organisms. So large oil tanks are there. They are transported from the ships with the help of ships from the Gulf countries to India. And while transporting, what happens? The ship may leak off, and these oil containers, they give out the oil, and that goes into the ocean, and that causes a lot of problem that can be fatal and toxic to the aquatic organisms. So it is not easy to remove these oil layers from the surface of water. So bacteria like Pseudomonas, Alcanovorox borcumensis, they are available, and they destroy the pyridines and other chemicals. Hence these bacteria are used to clear oil spills. Now these are called as hydrocarbonoclastic bacteria. Hydrocarbonoclastic bacteria. Remember this name. So they decompose the hydrocarbons and bring about reactions of carbon with oxygen. CO2 and water are formed. Plastic bottles are formed in the nature. So here you have to remember the names: Alcanovorox borcumensis, then Pseudomonas spp, that means all species. So they convert these hydrocarbons into carbon, oxygen, which can be processed, which is not dangerous for the environment. Now plastic bottles that are there, polyethylene terephthalate, polyester, they are there in the urban waste. Now these need to be decomposed. So there are some species like Vibrio, Idinolela, Sacchinensis, they can decompose this plastic. Then fungus are there, Actinomycetes, Streptomyces, Nocardia, these can decompose rubber also from the garbage. Now sulfur is a very dangerous thing. Sulfur forms sulfur dioxide and sulfuric acid, and this sulfuric acid falls with rain. Now this is coming out of the materials coming out of the mines, and we know that erosion of this metal present in the bridges and all this occurs due to these poisonous gases. Now sulfuric acid can be a source of energy for some bacteria like Acidophilus spp, Acidophilus ferrooxidans. So these bacteria, they can control the soil pollution that is happening due to acid rain. So poisonous gases that given out, these gases fall down as acid rain, and then they pollute the soil. Now these bacteria can help us to stop this pollution. Now water soluble salts of uranium are present in waste produced by electroplating and effluent released in the environment from atomic energy plant. Now remember, this atomic energy is going to give us a lot of electricity, but it also produces radioactive waste, which is very dangerous. If radioactivity can cause cancer to us. So geobacteria converts this uranium into insoluble salts, and you can remove it from the groundwater sources. Now microbes and farming. So microbes can be used in the farming. So inoculants can be used in the process of fermentation, and these can be sprayed on the seeds, and they release nutrients to the plants. So microbes can grow it, they supply the nutrients. For example, Azotobacter and artificial nitrogenase is used in organic farming. So Azotobacter helps in nitrogen compounds with the plants. So soil pollution occurs due to chemical fertilizers. It prevented due to use of these chemicals and solutions. So they have given the names fluoroacetamide like chemicals. They destroy the pest, but they are very dangerous because they are chemical pesticides. Now they are harmful to plants as well as animals, and it can cause diseases to humans also. And that's why we need to control the use of these pesticides, or we should use something else. And what is that else? That is biopesticide, bioinsecticides. So bacteria and fungal toxins which are natural, we can use it to kill the pest and pathogens which can be integrated directly into the plant by biotechnology. So being toxic to the insect, they do not consume the plant and we can save the plant. And bacteria and some species of fungus can be used as pesticides. Spinosad is an example of fermentation, byproduct of fermentation, and it is a biopesticide. So what is our aim? Our aim is to find out ways and means to use organic things, to use natural things, so that we'll go away from chemicals which is dangerous for the environment, which causes different types of pollution. Okay, thank you.